Welcome back, guys. So, it is the year of SNK, apparently. Well, it's their 40th anniversary this year, 2018. What do you think of when you think of SNK? I know what I think of. I think of Neo Geo. I think of Samurai Showdown, Metal Slug, Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, World Heroes, stuff like that, right? Well, there's been a lot of news with things that are going on with SNK this year. Some kind of machine they're putting out. We've already kind of discussed that. Is it a mini? Is it a bar top? What is it? Is it coming to the States? We don't know. But there are a few things we do know about. And that they're putting out a few games this year as well. So one of them celebrates their 40th anniversary. And that's the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection, coming out for the Nintendo Switch sometime this fall. They have not said any specific release date, but there are two versions of this. There's a standard and then like a little special collector's edition. So obviously this game is developed, or this collection is developed by SNK. They're all SNK's games, but it is being published by NIS or NIS America. Never was sure if it's NIS or NIS, but you guys probably familiar with them, Disgaea and stuff like that. So the special edition is direct through them, or I'm not sure if it's on the SNK website, but I know it's on the NIS or NIS website. And the special edition does retail for 65 bucks. The standard edition retails for 40. If you have Amazon Prime or you're a Best Buy Gamers Club Unlocked member, you get 20% off of the standard edition. So you'll be getting it for 32 bucks. That's the route I'm going. So I've already kind of said too much. Yes, I'm passing on that special edition. Why am I passing on it? Well, a couple reasons. Before we get to the special edition and what it contains and exactly why I'm passing on it, I think it would be fitting to talk about what this collection actually consists of. So as of right now, there's only 13 games that have been confirmed for it. But the neat thing with that is that each of these games, not all of them, but a bunch of them, will have a console port and an arcade port. So that is kind of cool. Some of these games you might have nostalgia for the arcade or on the NES, for example. Some of them you may have never known there was a version for one or the other. So it will be kind of neat to be able to compare and contrast between the two, especially if you've never played them before. Obviously, the console ports, a lot of us have had access to. Maybe we even still have the original carts for some of these games. But the arcade games, they're the ones that we haven't had a lot of access to. And I think that's kind of cool. But, like I said in the beginning of this video, what do I think of? What do you think of when you think of SNK? I know what I think of, and I'm sure what a lot of other people think of as well, but you cannot get this collection twisted. This is a collection that is going back to the beginning of SNK. So when you look at this list of games, and there are 13 of them, you've got like Alpha Mission, which is going to be console and arcade. Athena is going to be console and arcade. Crystalis, console. Ikari Warriors 1, 2, and 3, you get console and arcade. Guerrilla Wars, console and arcade. Prehistoric Isle, you get arcade. Psycho Soldier, arcade. TNK 3, console and arcade. And Vanguard, arcade. So that's the confirmed list. Now, those games you might not have nostalgia for. You might have some. For me, a handful of these games I'm very familiar with, and a couple of them I've heard of them, but I've never really played them or really looked into them too much. Is this a solid collection? That's up to you to judge. To me, it's a historic collection, to say the least. I don't have a lot of nostalgia for this, but these games, like I said, are hearkening back to the beginnings. And when you look at these games that are on the list right now, their release dates are pretty much between 85 to 1990. So everything is you know, mostly before Neo Geo stuff anyway. And I find that kind of cool. Hamster has been releasing Neo Geo stuff on the Switch, on their eShop or whatever. And it would be kind of cool to get something physical, a collection of Neo Geo stuff. That may happen in the future. It's happened in the past. You know, we've gotten Samurai Showdown collection, SNK Classics collection, Metal Slug Anthology, all that kind of stuff back in the past. You know, PS2, you know, Nintendo Wii and stuff like that. So it may happen in the future. But right now, this is what we're getting. They have stated that there's more to come, but I kind of find it hard to plop my money down not knowing what I'm getting, right? So they state, you can go to their website, you can look at the description for this collection, is that, hey, there's more to be announced. So what other games are you going to throw on here, man? We got to know. We got to know before we put our money down, at least me anyway. I'll still probably grab this anyway because, you know, I'll get it through Best Buy. It'll be like 32 bucks, and I think that's fair. And it's not just you're getting arcade and console ports. There's some additional features to the game. They have like a museum art gallery type thing. The game actually has a rewind feature, so you can cheat, you know, if you really can't handle something, you can freaking rewind it. Save states, you know, that's all the rage. Everybody's got to have save states. But new and improved controls as well to, you know, bring it to the modern era. You know, most of these games are, you know, 1 or 2 button games anyway, but hey, we'll see how that works out. But it is an interesting collection. $40, maybe not so with the 13 games to some people. For me, I'm gonna bite the bullet and get it anyway. I've already got it pre-ordered through Best Buy, or is it Best Buy? I got it pre-ordered somewhere. Pretty sure it's Best Buy. But that collector's edition that we're talking about, that's what we need to get to. So you're paying an extra 25 bucks, $65, whereas the original version is 40, or the standard version. And you get a couple extra things thrown in. First, you get a little music selection CD. Second, you get an art book. Kind of cool. And then, I don't know if you really count this as third, it's all bundled in a... They always list this with collector's editions. It's in a box. It's in a flippin' box. You get a box. Well, how else were you going to get it to me, dude? So that's also listed in the special features of the special edition, is that you get a box with everything in it. Whatever, right? But to me, for this list of games not being that, you know, having much nostalgia for, like POW I loved. Ikari Warriors pretty fun. Alpha Mission was cool. You know, like Alpha Mission 2 better, but you know, a handful of these games are neat, and it will be kind of cool to have access to these arcade ports on the Switch, so that'll be fun. Not a crazy priced game, but I do hope to hear more what else they got. But this special edition, I'm just, with not having a lot of nostalgia for these games, I don't care about the music. I'm telling you right now, I can look at this list of games and not a single song pops in my head. I can't think of the music from these games. So I don't have any nostalgia in that sense to be like, man, I want to bump this and listen to the soundtrack to Alpha Mission or POW. Like, I can't even think of the music from those games, and I've played them. So that's kind of a pass for me. Music CD, I can't even use a CD. I mean, I could copy the files to something if I wanted to, but I don't have a CD player in my vehicle, and I have a CD player in my house, so... I mean, I usually pass on CD collections or CD special editions anyway, because I just don't do anything with them. I like to get some use out of what I'm getting in a special edition. Now, the art book could be kind of neat. I'd have to know more about it. Art books typically, you know, I'll look through them once or twice and put them away. Most of the time with these special editions, they're just little crappy, small art books. They're not like big, nice books. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're decent quality, but most of the time they're just little books that you breeze through once and then just plop it away somewhere. For me, I don't really care for that kind of stuff. Art books, I mean, I have plenty of art books that I've purchased and that I like having, but collector's edition art books, not really for me, so it's a pass. I'm getting the standard edition. Pretty sure I have it pre-ordered at Best Buy. I'll have to double check. I'm getting confused now. But what are your guys' thoughts on this particular collection? You got some nostalgia for these games? Can't wait? Pass? What are you thinking? Should they be doing more for the 40th anniversary of SNK? Should they just be plopping out complete Neo Geo collection on one disc or on one cart for the Switch? Something like that? Put out a new Samurai Showdown? Something? Well, besides this collection, they do have another game that is coming out this year, and that is the SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. It's 2 versus 2 fighting game straight from SNK. What it harkens back to is Gal's Fighter on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Gals Fighter, Gal Fighters, I don't remember the exact name, but I owned it before. Got rid of it, wish I didn't, because it was a damn good little fighting game, and it fetches a hefty price now. Loose, it's like $100. Freaking, it's one of the most expensive games in Neo Geo Pocket Color, but it was a damn good game. Hopefully one day I could find a copy of that for a decent price, but not $100. Hells no. But this game, I find it kind of interesting. Going to be a fighting game, harkening back to that, where it's all female fighters from SNK franchises. So you'll have characters from, you know, the King of Fighters, stuff like that, Samurai Showdown, whatever. A little bit of everybody, right? Graphics looking pretty neat. There's not a lot of information on this one yet, so I don't really want to speak too much about it. I don't really have much of an impression. I do have some thoughts on things I kind of find, you know, whatever. Like, for example, we'll talk about the collector's edition, because they do have 2 editions of this as well. The collector's edition is through NIS or SNK, where the standard will be in stores. But what it is, it's pretty cool. Online play, up to 4 players, 2 versus 2. What you gonna do? There's some interesting game mechanics from what I understand. You know, you'll beat up the opponent, deplete their life bars, but then in order to win the match, you have to do some kind of frenzy, crazy attack, you know, glamorized frenzy attack or something. I don't know. They could be kind of cool. We'll have to see how that works out. Is that like a fatality, you know, an ultra combo at the end? I don't know exactly, but it sounds kind of interesting, so I am intrigued. But the big thing with this game that is going to be appealing to a lot of people, it's probably more so to the little pervy gamers, and you know who you are out there. No judgment, but hey, it is what it is. A lot of these game developers have, you know, targeted that demographic of dudes who want to play these games and stare at females and dress them up and stuff like that. You know, girls can be into that. You know, women can be into that as well. You know, hey, customizing your character is not a bad thing, but I think this one, there's an emphasization of, hey, you know, you can unlock different makeup, clothing, accessories. You can really, you know, stylize your female character here. And I think just the overemphasization of that is definitely targeted to somebody, right? Could be cool. Who knows? I'll have to wait and see. Biggest appeal to me is, does the fighting mechanics work well? Is it just going to be a button masher? There are supposedly like, oh, 1 button, you know, specials and stuff like that, but we'll have to see how that works out. But definitely that accessories, clothing, makeup, and customization, you know, there's going to be an appeal of, you know, to it. I'm not saying I'm not going to be appealed to it. Could be kind of cool and neat to mess around with and unlock all that stuff. We'll have to see. But with the collector's edition, the standard edition I've only seen available to be pre-ordered on Amazon. I mean, it may be elsewhere, but it looks like it's going to be about $50. The collector's edition, though, is $120 through NIS or SNK. And it does come with a handful more items than the SNK 40th anniversary did. So what does this one come with? And am I going to pass on it? Well, it comes with an art book, just like the other. This one also comes with soundtrack, 2-disc. A lapel pin set. You know, a lot of people are into those little pins, and they do look kind of neat. A cap. You get a nice little hat, too, in the style of Fatal Fury, but it says Fatal Cutie on it. That would be funny if I was wearing that, you know, in a video. Fatal Cutie, what the hell? Looks kind of neat, right? But, you know, who's gonna sport that? I mean, I would if it was good quality. Who knows? A lot of times the clothing items they throw into these special editions are just garbage, but we'll have to see. You also get a workout towel, so you can be wiping that sweat from your face while you're playing this game. Also a sweatband, wristband thingy. Okay, I know I've gotten like pre-order bonuses, stuff like that, Sonic or something like that. I don't remember. I've got a couple of them. Never used them for anything. Obviously, I don't work out. Then you also get a sleeveless t-shirt with a little logo on it. Size large, so my big ass ain't gonna be fitting into that. So those might be reasons why I would pass on this. But to me, $120 to get from just assumption-wise, some low-quality clothing type items and a workout towel, I'm not paying an extra $70 for a shirt that I'll never fit in, for a wristband, and for a hat that I probably would wear the hat, don't get me wrong, but I just have a feeling it's going to be very low quality. Don't care about the CD soundtrack. We've already gone over that. The art book to me is probably going to be the same thing. Just look at it once and throw it in a drawer somewhere on a shelf, whatever. So to me, I'd much rather just have the standard edition, go with that, play the game. Really hoping it's going to be cool. If I get more information, we learn more about it, I'll definitely share that with you guys. Hoping to hear more about, you know, stuff that SNK is going to be doing this year. But these were just 2 items that I specifically wanted to talk about that's coming out, celebrating that 40th anniversary. SNK, love the company, specifically love Neo Geo. We have a lot of Neo Geo content coming up on this channel that we're going to be looking at with the original Neo Geo AES, talking about some new stuff that's coming out, some projects that are being worked on, a build that is coming out, a Neo Geo specific build of arcade panel through Game Room Solutions, and a specific image and theme and all sorts of stuff like that for like RetroPie and whatnot. And so that'll definitely be cool. But what do you guys think of these 2 games that we just discussed? The 40th anniversary and then the SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. What are you thinking of that? Drop your comments down below. Smash that like button if you could. Subscribe if you have not done so already. It means the world to me, guys. Really does. So I really do appreciate it. And with that said, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Boom. Bye.